back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Akupeze and I'm a weekly vlogger based in Lagos, Nigeria. Okay, I say I'm a weekly vlogger, but then this video is like part of my new series, the Ask Aku series, where I'm going to be doing like a range of Q&A sessions with you guys. Basically, you ask me anything you want to know my opinion on, and yeah, I share my perspective essentially. Thank you so much to everyone who left feedback on yesterday's video about the audio. I'm really hoping it's better. The lighting, I'm really hoping it's better. The perspective of the shot, or should I call it the angle of the shot, I'm really hoping you prefer it. Like, keep giving me feedback. I love it. It helps me improve. I'm also recording my audio on my phone. Hopefully it's better. So yeah, I'm really trying to improve, and I'll look into getting a mic and all of that. So I'll be looking down at my laptop because, as I said, I'm using my phone to record this time. So I'm reading the questions off of my laptop. The last question I was able to answer yesterday before my memory card got cut off was about my transition from human rights law into content creation, how my parents felt, all of that. If you haven't watched yesterday's video, please go watch it. Even though I think because of the audio was so horrible and the production was so horrible, you guys were more focused on that than on the actual issues discussed. But anyways, and there were also a few people that left presumptuous comments like, oh, just based on the title, because obviously I tried to do like a bit of clickbait in the title. Why can't I keep it man? There were people that were now like, oh, who said your value is tied to having a man? I'm like, babes or dude, whoever you are, like, listen to what I actually say in the video, okay? I'm trying to share my own unique perspective on issues. So the first question we're answering today is leading on from yesterday's last question, essentially. And it says, Aku, my question is, why can't you work less than full-time, 20 hours at your father's firm, and spend the other time on YouTube? You can help other human rights if you are practicing law, so why not get experience? I feel like I got experience during my years at FIDA. That was at least 2 years worth of like on-ground experience. But what I saw in that experience, I just felt like I needed to take a different approach. If I was using practice to actually create advancement, I don't think that it will have the desired outcome that I'm looking for. Whereas I feel like by me being sat here with my camera using enlightenment, so part of this Q&A is like, if there is a human rights issue that you want to ask about, you can also ask about that, and I will share my perspective. And I feel like this video will have more impact than me actually going to court will have. I hope that makes some sort of sense. So I feel like there are so many people who really like appreciated the fact that I was like the lawyer girl, but it's like, I'm still a lawyer, I'm just not going to court. And if you know how our court system works in this country, you'll know that it's not by going to court, let's put it like that, as in so yeah. To Lagos, what do you aim to achieve with your career and YouTube? And realistically, how many new subs do you aim to achieve at the end of 2021? So I feel like, first of all, on setting a number of subs I want to achieve, I really don't like that thing because it gives me anxiety. I had set a goal for 10,000 before my birthday in November, and then I ended up getting demonetized, so I stopped posting. So obviously I stopped gaining traction and gaining subscribers, and I was not able to achieve that goal. And because I set that goal, like, I'm a high achiever, so when I don't achieve a goal I've set, it really gets to me. So because I didn't achieve that goal, yeah, it just like annoyed me. So that's why this 9,000, I feel like I'm not even celebrating the way I normally celebrate, like hitting milestone subscriber, because I feel like I should be growing more, I should be doing more. And that is probably my main aim in my career in Lagos. Like, I want to see so much growth. If I put in my own side of things, that's why I'm going to keep trying to improve. Then, we should see progress. Like, we should see growth, not only in numbers, but also in the kind of content and the quality of content that I'm putting out. Like, I'm really trying to do this thing well, like properly, like. So yeah, I've even signed up for M's editing class as well. So You know, I'm trying, guys. No, so yeah, no number goals, but growth, general growth, like in my career in YouTube, and even in like in my finances. Like I want to see so much growth generally. Yeah. Okay, Jack Solena said, where do you see yourself in 5 years? It's the same thing, to be honest. Like I don't want to say, oh, I want to be like married with 2 kids, like setting defined landmarks, because like at the end of the day you can do that and maybe it's not what God has planned for you, or it's just not, you know, what is aligned for you. So I just want to know that in 5 years, 5 years from now, I will look back and be like, ah yeah, there has been improvement. Like in 5 years I'll be 32, I'm 27 now, like wow. And there was somebody who left a comment. Oh my god, that comment actually killed me. Most successful men don't want a washed up woman who is 30 plus and never married. It's not a good look at all. I'm like, whoa. First of all, like somebody now said, this your comment too much, oh Kai got 4 likes. I don't know if that went too much like in a good way or too much in a bad way, but I'm like, huh? Like, is this mentality still going on? And I'm glad somebody else responded saying, I didn't say, it was like, someone called Yaba Left, I beg, one of their patients is on the loose. Like this Yaba Left is a mental facility, so yeah, why would you leave that? And I'm like, it's comments like this that make me really pray I get married to a gem so I can defy these ridiculous standards. Being 30 plus doesn't equate to being washed up. If I'm continuously working on and bettering myself, then I'll continue to remain in my prime. Dummy. The same person now replied, but you're an attractive woman, so that makes it even worse. Anytime I saw a woman over 30 that was attractive, first thing in my mind is, why is she still out here not married? The widows and divorcees were the only ones with a pass. If far less attractive women can find someone decent, then what is her story? Believe me, any man worth your time that is actually taking you seriously will wonder this. If they don't ask you, then they are not taking you seriously. Given that most men want children and high-risk pregnancies start at 35, it's not in a woman's interest to squander her prime years. Given your level of attractiveness, that special gem has already probably approached you. Hey, God. Somebody else now responded to him. Is everything okay? Like she said, she hasn't found what she's looking for and isn't willing to settle. And why should she? I hate to say it, but given her level of attractiveness, etc., there are actually less Nigerian men who are equally on the same level when it comes to looks, having sense, being ready to settle down, God-fearing, etc. Please tell them, oh, like, please tell them. Like, do you think that? Let me finish. It really is quite hard to find. This is actually why there are a lot of amazing 30 plus washed up women, as you say. Seems like women are doing all the work on themselves and being at their best, while the men refuse to catch up and stay mediocre but thinking they deserve the best. Given your comments, you're actually buttressing that point. Incredibly entitled. I feel like I can't even type, but you know, these are the gender dynamics that we have normalized so much that people are even so bold about sharing such ridiculous perspectives. Because I wonder if a man is considered of prime years at that point. Yes, I know biology wise women are limited to a certain number of eggs. So if you're talking about, okay, we're in our prime, meaning that we have more eggs at 25, I don't even understand what the rationale is. And in any case, there's science now. Like, do we even understand that people are having babies as a result of science? Like, you can get a procedure done and, you know, your high risk will not be so high risk anymore. Like, there are ways now to help. Somebody said, what is your perception on submission in a relationship/marriage? I feel like submission is a healthy part of every relationship. I know that as a Christian, it has actually been specifically outlined that husbands and wives must submit to one another. Like, I'm not even going to argue too much. I'm just going to take us straight to the Bible because I know that's where somebody else is about to head. It starts from 21, please. Ephesians 5:21, and then we head to 22. But 21 says, submit yourselves to one another because of your reverence for Christ. To one another, yourselves, plural, not singular. And yes, I will admit that in 22 there's an emphasis on wives submitting to their husbands. But the point is that submission is an essential part of marriage. You do it because of love. You do it because of reverence for Christ. Not even because of the person, but because that's what like God expects you to do for your wife or for your husband. Somebody said, what are your thoughts about the one? I personally feel the one is the one you choose to be the one. But there's this thing about fate. People fated to be with each other, etc. I don't know. I feel like this brings us to free will versus fate. Do both exist? Did God give us both? Okay, bye. I feel like that's such a deep question, and honestly, I don't even know if I've gone that far, but I definitely believe that there's free will and there's fate, and God's plan, your plan, but then grace. I definitely believe like part of God's plan is allowing us to also take different courses, like whatever course we feel we want to take, but then part of God's plan is also faith, like faith that just happens as a result of you having faith. Is this making sense to you guys? Like essentially your faith is determined by your faith. Your faith is determined by your faith. I really hope this is making sense. Trying to tie all of that together, are there people who have fated to be together? I think that there definitely are, but there's more than one person that you're fated to be with. Like I feel like it's all connected, honestly. And how can we even ever really know the true answers to these questions? I don't know about that one. What do you guys think about that? That one busts my brain. Okay, what tips do you have for someone who feels lost and stuck? I feel like if you feel lost and stuck, then you have to find and move yourself. Like flip it, like, you know, just do whatever you can, try out whatever you can, take up different opportunities and just see what moves you, and just see what, you know, feels comfortable to you. You know, just keep trying. I feel like that's the biggest thing. If you feel lost and stuck, know that it's normal, but don't think that, okay, I feel lost and stuck, so that's the end, I'm just gonna stop here. Keep trying, do what you can, challenge yourself to, like, you know, find yourself and to progress, to move. So yeah, those are my tips. Next question, tips for anyone who wants to start a business. You definitely need to know what kind of business you want to start, and that needs to be based on your interests. As far as I'm concerned, what are you passionate about, what are you interested in, and how can you make it profitable? Then you also need to have a business plan. Profit is the essence of business, so you know, you need to know how you're going to work your numbers. I feel like that's something I'm still slacking on in reality. So that's something that's important that you need to consider before you actually start the business. And I know I always promote this whole just do it attitude and just start, but I've actually realized that sometimes it's better to plan. So have a business plan, even if you need to like pay someone to come up with a business plan for you, so that things are just more structured and you won't be like me and keep starting stopping in order to correct errors that you're seeing or correct things that you did not anticipate how they were going to work out. So yeah, have a business plan and make sure that it's in line with your passion so that you don't lose interest. And if you can collaborate, because I feel like there's a big part of balancing you know, costs and benefits when you're doing it with someone else rather than doing it alone. Like, next question, what advice would I give someone who wants to start a YouTube channel? I feel like with a YouTube channel, that's when you can really just do it, but do it with sense, because you need to have figured out what exactly it is that you're trying to broadcast. Like, broadcast yourself, fair enough, so you can show different elements of yourself, because you don't know what could stick. Like, it could be you if you love music, or if you love games, or if you love sports. Like, or if you love whatever it is that you're passionate about, that you love, like showcase that, and then I feel like eventually you'll see what sticks, and then you now just consistently create content around whatever it is that you know that people want to see more of from you. So I think just that. And somebody said, how do you keep your YouTube audience coming back for more videos? I feel like when you're authentic and when you are just giving people what they want, you keep them coming back. And the quality of your content is also so important. Yeah, you're giving people what they want. How are you presenting that thing that they want? Like, you know, you need to present it in a way that keeps attracting them to come back to you, because the industry is definitely getting saturated. Soon enough it's gonna be like even worse than, like, it's gonna be a normal job, because yeah, I feel like now YouTubers are still like few and far between, but with the way that you like the platform keeps growing and creators keep growing, especially African creators, the market is sure to become saturated. Next question, are you open to more friends? Can I shoot a friendship shot? I don't know if I'm really open to more friends. I feel like I don't know, but then I'm so wary, because I feel like, you know, I'm so wary, especially in Lagos. Like, I'm just like, God, can you really trust anybody in this city? Like, how is it gonna be? I don't know. You can shoot a friendship shot, but just know that I'm wary, like, I don't know. I feel like friends can just be scary, and when you let people close to you, like, it's really crazy what people can do to you, like how people can play you. So I feel like, yeah, I'm wary of new friends, but I'm open to it if it feels right. Okay, somebody said, how do you deal with an unhealthy addiction? And I feel like this is a question I can definitely relate to, because, you know, unhealthy addictions, I think, are something that we all struggle with, even though you may not admit to yourself that it's an addiction. It can be anything from food to, you know, your negative thought processes, or the things you watch and the things you do, your hobbies. Like, you know, we all have our thing. I think it's just important that you keep trying to get over it. Like, you can never give in to the addiction. I think it's important that you just always remind yourself that, you know, you don't want to keep this up. This is something you want to quit. This is something you want to give up. And then it's going to get to a point where you're going to need to seek professional help. Somebody said, which brands would you love to work with? I would love to work with Indomie. I really love Indomie. I feel like, you know, I have a personal obsession with them, and you know, so it would make sense for me to work with them. And I love how sustainable the business has been. Like, Indomie is something that has lasted since I was a child, so it seems like it's a sustainable brand to work with. And yeah, Indonesia. And then Origin, I love Origin. I love their vibes. I already love the events that they do. You know, they just seem like cool, rooted, grounded, like, you know, my kind of vibe. I love Origin as well. I don't know, I don't want to jinx anything, but those two brands definitely are brands I've always looked at and been like, oh, I wish I could work with that brand, because I genuinely love it. So, you know, actually working with them would be so beneficial to me. Okay, and the last question says, how was your time off of Insta? Did you achieve much? If you don't follow me on Instagram, please do. My name is Akubi on Instagram. But I took a break off of Instagram. I took a 1 month break. In fact, longer than a month, maybe like 6 weeks. Because I just felt like Instagram was becoming what I didn't want it to be. Like, Instagram is like aesthetics and quotes and, you know, I don't know, optics here and there. But YouTube is a bit more in-depth, and I feel like my time off allowed me to focus on YouTube, which I'm actually trying to grow. So, you know, you can't serve two masters basically, and I need to let go of Instagram to basically you know, flourish on YouTube, I feel. So yeah, we are finally at the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a like, please share, please leave your feedback. I hope you guys are actually receptive to this content. I saw a comment from Mark on my previous video, and Mark actually is one of my regular commenters as well, Mark Roberts, and he was like, it's going to be really intrusive of me if I do this Q&A thing. He basically doesn't think it's a good idea because it will just allow keyboard warriors basically, you know, be sending me random unwanted messages. And I understand the fear, but I feel like I'm still the one who controls which questions I answer and how I also answer the questions. So that's why I just feel like when I do this kind of video, because he was like, you can pick a topic and just discuss it, but it's not the same because, you know, there are some questions I may not think to talk about, but until I see like somebody send it in, I'm like, oh, that's an interesting one. Even the question today about free will versus fate, like, you know, that's an interesting topic. I may not have thought to discuss that on my platform if somebody didn't ask, and it's something that I feel like we can all now start contributing to, and we can like discuss more. And yeah, you know, I just want to do a lot of new things and see a lot of new blessings unfold. So yeah, all right guys, see you in my next video, and yeah, don't forget to transform yourself.
My walk and my talk been different, my style and my thoughts been different. I got you.